It's ironic, isn't it, that some of the very things that so many regular people have been complaining about for years, whether it's in entertainment, in video games, at corporations, in the military, everywhere, all of a sudden it seems like everyone wants to get as far away as they can from DEI. Meta and Amazon scale back diversity programs ahead of Trump inauguration. Mark Zuckerberg went on Joe Rogan. He talked about how, we're going to change fact checking. We're going to make it more like Twitter. And of course, DEI programs, they don't really belong here anymore, do they? Mark Zuckerberg praises benefits of masculine energy, says DEI culturally neutered corporate America. Well, as all these things are happening, you're going to see a lot of people, whether they actually mean it or not, whether they believe it or not, happen to jump on board. And regardless, some people are actually going to mean that they think DEI is cancerous. Some of them are just going to be going with the flow. Ultimately, it results in less DEI programs. Maybe that is a positive overall. But once again, we have another big head of a gaming studio saying the very same thing, that DEI, that forced bullshit, that it doesn't have a place in our games. Lords of the Fallen CEO declares his company will not integrate DEI into its games. No, we will not. And you can see how that's being phrased by some of the mainstream games journalists. Lord of the Fallen publisher embraces fear of the DEI boogeyman, says it will not include any social or political agendas in its games. And if you thought that this was just out of a report or something like that, no. He went out. Marek Tymiński, I think I'm saying that right, the CEO for CI Games, after tweeting out, says Lord of the Fallen Studio CI Games will not integrate DEI elements into their games. Exactly. No, we will not. And let's read the entire thing. During a recent investor chat, the studio was asked about their stance on DEI in gaming. Global Marketing Director Ryan Hill confirmed the studio remains committed to producing player-first video games that prioritize excellent user experience with compelling themes and characters created specifically for core and adjacent audiences. While some recent video games have taken the opportunity to implement social and political agendas within their experiences, Hill continued, the lower than expected commercial performances of some of these games show many players do not appreciate these elements. As such, the studio will continue to develop experiences that maximize player enjoyment and commercial success. And you have the CEO coming out there and saying, exactly, no, we will not. We will not do that. And then someone even says, hey, I appreciate you guys are saying this, but maybe you want to take a look in your game, Lord of the Fallen, which came out last year, or 2023, which is now 2 years ago, not last year. I'm very glad relieved to hear this, but if it's so, I think there's one element of Lords of the Fallen you should take a look at. The use of body type A and body type B in character creation in place of what they actually are, male and female. And the user would go on kind of an explanation of why this is important, why that matters. He responds, good point. Let us look deeper into that. These people are seeing whether these are the things they truly believe in their studios, or whether they've seen the writing on the wall that DEI is cancerous and poison, and when people catch a whiff of it, it will hurt your fucking game. It doesn't matter. This is just the latest studio to come out and say this. We saw Arrowhead Studios, the CEO for Helldivers 2, come out and say a very similar thing about DEI and woke-infested storylines in these video games. CI Games is the latest company to rebel against, quote, forced DEI. And when you look at the PC gamers of the world, the way they're phrasing everything, the way that they're talking about everything, they're like, oh, DEI is just, people don't even know what that means. That just means they don't like black people, or they don't like this, they don't like that. The mainstream games journalists who have been cheering this on for years and years and years as the studios have continued to lose money, as the mainstream games journalists have continued to lose readers, they don't want it to stop. They want the activism to continue. But people are waking up across all aspects of entertainment, of corporate America, of the gaming industry, everywhere. And they're saying, no, the fans have spoken, the gamers have spoken, enough is enough. We need to stop forcing this shit in everywhere that we can, because it's not profitable. Gamers don't want this, and it's a recipe for disaster. And as I stated, there's going to be people coming out of the woodwork. Do you really think that, is this truly what Mark Zuckerberg feels in his heart, or is he just shifting as the winds are changing? I think we probably all know the fucking answer to that. But at the end of the day, when these things become so unpopular, they have to do these things and make these announcements either to save their reputation or their business or to sell their game, whatever it may be. If there truly is less of this activism out there, it's a good thing. Now, certainly, we know about Bridge. We know about other programs that they're going to try to slide in, try to include this here or there. But they are losing this battle in a major way, to the point where a lot of studios, a lot of people know, including CEO of game studios, coming out very openly and saying, yeah, we have no interest in forcing this bullshit into our games because our audience, our customers, they do not like it. And that is a good thing.